Good evening, adventurers. Welcome back to the Immortal Vault.
We ended with Gax trying to take all their heads off, but Raymond wanted to stop him, and I think we ended the recording just before you said you wanted to stop Gax from cutting all of their heads off.
Oh, well, that's what Raymond did. Took one of them and put him in a room so they could check up on him later to see if anything changed.
Okay.
Crazy pants.
You carry it, and as you carry it, you hear a soft humming come from inside of it, like a machine running.
Are you sure I can't kill this one?
Kill! He nods.
Kill? Yes!
He nods.
This
Oh.
is quite fascinating.
He nods, so I put him down and I go to chop his head off.
Raymond starts going back.
You all start coming back, and you come back to the classrooms.
You guys hearing that techno noise?
Well, I believe that came from inside of the man.
It is still going. It's gotten quieter as you guys have been going.
Like quieter as in distance or quieter as in its volume itself?
Quieter as in distance.
The sound must have been coming from the room we were just at. Those weird spider
No.
things.
It was coming from the body. I heard it clearly.
Okay,
Oh, that's alright.
Raymond nods.
It was going to come back to life, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, it's still making the noise?
Yeah, if you guys have stopped, it's still making the noise.
Oh, I think I need to continue to smash.
Hold on, let me go look at it first before you continue smashing.
If it bites you, I cannot help.
If it moves, you're allowed to smash it, okay?
Raymond's gonna start massaging his arm to fix himself.
Gax will use his sword to sort of pin it to the wall as Shellrock looks at it.
Okay,
What is it
well,
looking at?
as you look at it, you see a metal skeleton outlined in this weird metallic metal. Inside, you see the same blue ooze that you saw inside the flowers, and the same kind of harsh blue light that's been coming from everything you've seen.
Alright. Well, this blueness must be the lifeblood of the machine thing.
Could it be the secret of magic and machine?
Well, I can't say for sure, but it could be something to do with it.
Do you have a
I could-
flask?
2 of my fingers that are gloved into the substance.
You stick your two gloved fingers into the substance.
I pull it out. What's the viscosity of it?
Not quite like oil, but not quite like blood either. It's a weird mix. So it's thicker than blood, but not quite as thick as an oil would be.
Raymond's gonna pour just like a drop of water on it to see if it sinks beneath the oil or hovers on top.
So the water actually hovers on top. And it kind of hisses at you. And then the drop fades.
Interesting.
Either way, I don't like it. And I flick my fingers of the substance back into the substance.
The king might like it, though.
Oh, what's he gonna do? Drink it?
I'd suggest against it, looking at the
Yeah,
body.
actually, get him a vial. I want him to see him drink it.
Maybe we shouldn't bring it to him.
Just get him a vial.
Let's not poison the king.
No, none
Raymond,
of
you
that.
got a vial.
None of that.
Raymond,
You
don't
are the-
repeat that ever.
You got a vial.
Raymond in the background is just gonna be like chipping off the tip of one of the markers that he found, pouring out all the ink, and then seeing if he can use it to hold the blue blood.
Give me a survival check. Yeah, you successfully managed to get all of the ink out, so there's not even a drop left inside. And you turn it into a successful vial.
That was a very smart idea, Raymond. Good job.
You now have a vial of blue ooze.
Alright, well, we have this blue ooze now. Well, I think we should go back into that gymnasium area and see if there's anything else of interest on the other side, or, you know, just in general.
Yeah, why not?
I'm gonna look at one of these shells, the things that were containing these people.
You realize it's much thinner than any of the wire you've seen up top, and it is much stronger than any of the wire you've seen up there. and there's a special quality to it, but you can't quite place your finger on the quality.
Special quality. Am I able to bend some off and take some with me?
It won't bend. It's malleable. It won't bend off.
You got any scissors?
I have a dagger. No shears.
Gax will have his sword and look at you questioningly. I'm very precise.
Try to get a square piece out. And I
Somebody
step
will have
back.
to hold it.
Tygrail
Strike.
puts his finger to his nose.
Oh, I do the same.
Raymond rolls his eyes and holds it.
Let me roll a 1 real quick.
You get a square-ish piece off because how the wire bends underneath the sword. It's not quite exactly square.
Best I could do.
Okay.
You've got about maybe a 2-inch by 2-inch piece.
Well, best we could do. And he goes to give a fist bump to Raymond.
He does a fist bump.
I come and retrieve the piece. Thank you. I will study this later. I put it in my pack.
It's sharp.
Oh, it'll be fine.
So you wanted to look through the rest of these rooms? He points to the doors at the far end.
Yes, I did.
Which way?
I was thinking. Any, mini, miny, mo, catch a by the torn right.
Okay. We'll go first. In case there's any more of these spiders. Okay. Or everyone could just jump ahead.
Yep. Pew!
Raymond's just jumping around over there.
As you approach the door on the right, you read the sign on the door, and it says "Ladies' Change Room."
Fascinating. Go on in.
Gax opens the door.
As you enter into the room, you see a fairly small room for the size of gymnasium you are in, but you see a fairly small room with about 4 rows of metal lockers.
All right.
What room
There's
is this?
There's doors on top and doors on bottom.
He takes a step inside. What did the sign say?
Oh, it's a change room.
Gax goes in. Should we try opening one of these?
Oh, you want to open one of those?
Raymond's gonna start opening them up.
The symbol you guys would see for it would be similar to this.
No way.
It's like a chess piece.
With the circle at top.
Not that I know what a chess piece looks like.
Looks like a letter
I
I
know
to
what this
me.
piece looks like.
Sorry.
It's the chess room.
Oh.
It's the chess set from Nix's shop.
Oh.
So, as you enter into the room, you see the 4 rows of lockers, and the doors are split, one on top, one on bottom. A couple benches line the walls.
Raymond said he was opening one, I think.
Yeah, Raymond starts opening lockers.
You open one, and you find it filled with ancient articles of clothing.
Whoa.
He's closes it again. Are they like gross? Are they like moth ridden or anything?
They're not moth-ridden, but they're covered in layers of dust.
I'll go to the one that he just opened.
You open it,
I
and
will
you see
grab-
the same thing.
Yes, I will grab a piece of cloth.
Roll me a d4.
A D4.
Which piece of cloth did you grab? Yeah. Makes sense.
Oh no, time to find out how lewd you are.
Honestly, I could have told you that all of that was going to be disgusting.
As a 3, you pull out a pair of shorts. They're
Shake the dust off.
They're fairly silky to the touch. Finer thread than anything you felt up top.
This is fancy.
So this was a rich
That's
school?
fine. Perhaps. It
Raymond
could have been.
starts opening up random lockers and stuffing clothes into his bag, and he turns to the group and just says, "I need money."
Hey, I like the turnover idea. I start opening lockers with them.
He did say the thread is finer than any we've seen on.
He did.
That is worth grabbing, I think.
Gax will
Think about how much that suit was worth.
yeah. Gax will circle around the room, making sure it's secure.
There's no creatures in here.
And then
No,
any other
in
doors
one
that might lead out, he looks He looks at them to see how secure they are.
The only other door that seems to lead out is very secure, and in one corner of the room you see a pile of bones.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm gonna go look at those.
I look over, then continue to go and wedge open any other doors that are jammed or locked.
Okay, so all the lockers open freely. Gax, give me an investigation check for the pile of bones.
Yes. Nothing
Pile
weird
of
about
bones.
these.
They're a pile of bones.
What's that over there?
Oh, just a
Yeah.
pile of bones.
Yeah, just a dead guy. Help me get this stuff into a bag, Raymond.
Yeah, Raymond, help.
Yes, to do that. I'm gonna go look at these bones.
Investigation check, please.
Gax goes and stands by the other door to make sure nothing comes through it.
Can I roll several d4s to see what items I could get?
I'm assuming you're grabbing everything and anything in the lockers.
Anything nice?
They all seem to be fairly nice.
Yeah, it's all going.
You do find a fair couple pieces of undergarments.
Do the shirts have extra holes for extra extremities to go through?
Excuse you?
About 1 out of every 4, you do find one with some holes in the back, or
Oh, interesting.
so. It does look
is-
like
Gax isn't
were
paying
all-
attention to that, but they might be. So.
Yeah.
Is there anything black?
the pants mainly are black.
Mm,
All the shorts you pull out are black.
Would the pants fit me?
A couple pairs would.
Mm,
Can I make a check to see if I can deduce that the room opposite of this might be for male clothes?
I've already figured that out a while ago.
Because you can read the doors.
David,
Yeah, hey!
to your investigation check, you see, you can deduce that the bones come from about 4 different people. You can't tell what race, and you can't tell gender because of how old they are.
That's alright. 4 people died in here. Are the bones like holding each other, or are they just piled?
2 of them are holding each other. The other 2 are
Cute.
piled.
Dang.
cute.
Am I
They
able
must
to
have
deduce?
died very quickly. For these 2 are holding each other. Interesting. Well, I'll turn around now to see the rest of my companions totally looting these lockers.
You just see me holding up a pair of pants to myself.
What are you doing? That's for ladies.
Oh, is it now? I just thought it'd be nice because it has a hole in the back.
Ah!
For a tail.
Well, for your tail, that would be good. You know what we should do? I think we should go around to the opposite room of this. That one's for males.
I
Wait,
still shove the pants into the bag. And I
you
was like,
took
"Come
us
on,
into the
Raven."
ladies' room.
Well, I was curious. There's nothing fascinating in here. Let's go to the other one.
Good
As I'm
God.
shoving what I'm assuming to be women's underwear in my bag.
Are there any big sacks nearby that are full of I don't know, old towels or?
Yeah, is there a basket, or like a, oh, what do we call it? I want to call it like a hand
Oh yes,
cart
does
almost.
this have showers and toilets and stuff, or?
Nope.
No, it's just a changing room.
Just a changing room. No
So
showers.
are there any bags of old towels or clothes or anything?
Or old bags.
No, I guess not. All right. Well, we're gonna go to the other room now.
Gax left. Yeah.
On the door, you see a symbol that looks like this. The same as the other one, just flipped.
Woof.
It looks like me. Broad shoulders and all.
Looking down at you.
Raymond
hey,
positions himself
turn around!
next
Don't
to
look
the,
at me.
Raymond positions himself next to the sign so that it looks like this is his eye and that's his beak going downward. It looks like me, he says, mimicking.
Must have been some sort of bird people.
I nod.
There he goes in.
David, you read men's change room. You go in, you see an exact same site as the other side, other than there's no pile of bones in this one. The lockers are all the same. There's a round of benches going around the outside.
I quickly start opening them.
Gax does another circle.
Alrighty, and inside these lockers, you find they're almost exactly identical to the ones, except they're a lot bigger. Broader shoulders. Some of them have broader shoulders. Some of them are about the same size as the others.
These are men's clothing.
Tend to be longer. The shorts look almost exactly the same.
Any-
So there is a distinct lack of two distinct items of women's clothing.
Hmm?
Well, see, this is a school after all, so they must have had some sort of uniform for all these people to wear. That's
Are
why
the
they're all
clothes all
similar.
identical?
Yeah, all the clothes look identical.
All right, just take a few of it. We don't want to overburden ourselves. Let's continue exploring the rest of this school. I'm sure there's more. Maybe a cafeteria or something.
We don't
Raymond's-
fill this as Tycriel starts rubbing these shorts. Rich.
Yes, I'm
Raymond's-
sure you could sell those for a lot of money.
Raymond
We
leaves
actually-
with his arms full of clothes, his little bird feet tic-tacking on the ground.
Alright, so we have finished looting the locker rooms.
Congrats, guys! You stole women's underwear.
And men's,
Not
and
me.
men's.
I wasn't any part of that.
I never took any clothes.
It's not true. You
The
took some
other two.
pants.
Well, I picked them up, right? I didn't put them in my bag.
I snagged you a pair if you wanted any.
Maybe later.
He holds
Alright.
up a pair just to kind of like admire and see if it'll be the same size as you, maybe.
Well, I mean, I still have my suits on, so not right now.
So
You still hear the noise?
it gets softer as you guys walk further away from the gymnasium.
Should we leave?
Well, I'm not sure this school has a lot of other things that might be worth money at all, or anything. I mean, this clothing's not too bad. It's very fine clothing, even though it's thousands of years old. There could be something else here.
Hmm.
A library.
But isn't it like Knowledge Day yesterday? What if it's still closed?
No. That's the Overworld Library. That's in Silver City. This down here is never closed.
See the same gold placards on each of the intersection sides.
Hey, grab some markers.
Raymond goes and grabs some markers.
Perhaps we can find a way to replicate that, or we can just take them all from here and sell them along with these clothes.
Sell it all.
Are markers magic?
Well, these ones are interesting because we have to use ink and wells. See, he pulls out his inkwell out of his scholar's pack. There's a little bottle of ink with a feather, like quill pen. This is what we have to use, and very ineffective, but it works. But with this, he grabs one of the markers, pops off the cap, and just like puts a mark on the wall. It just stays.
The line is so large. How do you get precise writing?
That I don't know. That's for other people to figure out.
Raymond whittles the tip of one of the markers so it's finer, and then starts writing on the wall with it.
You see? Exactly. Other people can figure it out. Anyway, I look at the signs.
Right where your friend Raymond is standing, and the one right next to you, you see one that says library and computer lab that way.
Ooh. There's a computer lab that way, and a library this way. See, I have comprehend languages on right now. I can go that way and read books, which may be fast, may be slow. Or we can go that way and get computers and possibly sell those.
I say we go to the books.
Alright, to the books we go. We go to the library.
Alrighty. You follow the hallway, you follow the signs until you reach the library. At the grand entrance to the library, you see two large, solid oak doors, wonderfully engraved with signs of books and knowledge.
Let me check it out.
Fantastic. Seems like the place.
Excuse me.
They appear to be
what?
about 20 feet high and 20 feet across.
I
The
open
big
the door.
doors.
And as you open the door, you are met with the sight of tables, as well as many, many bookshelves, more than you've seen in any one place at any
My
given time.
God, what a handsome
Yes.
devil!
That is a thing that should have been removed a little while ago. There we go.
Where did he go? I felt like we were soulmates.
Wow, look at this. This is fascinating.
There are 2 layers to this room. On top, there are more bookshelves lining the walls, and underneath the bookshelves are the big long rectangles that you can see.
I just start walking in here.
Tiger,
Like an
close that door.
awe face, just like, oh my gods, this is utopia. Oh my, oh, I'll just start running. for the nearest bookshelf,
I just
raising my
start
arms in the
thumbing,
air like a maniac.
ignoring him. I start thumbing through books for anything with pictures. If not, just put it back on the shelf.
Give me an investigation check for me real quick.
I'm also looking in between each shelves to make sure nothing's here.
Okay. You find a couple with pictures. Not, they're beautiful pictures. There's pictures like you've never seen, but you can't depict what they are.
Ribbon sets all of his clothes down on this big table before going to take a look at them.
I'm immediately just jumping into these books, trying to find anything of interest.
Thumbing through that section, you find a weird combination of letters. An SI-FI.
SI-FI. I'll pick one. Random. This one.
Alrighty, you pick up a random book, and you are met with The Pathway to the Stars as the name.
Pathway to the Stars. What the heck? I open it to the first page.
It says The Pathway to the Stars by Edgar.
Who did this? I just start flipping through the pages, just like oh. I close the book. I'll save this for later. I put it in my back. I will start looking at other sections.
Gex has also gone upstairs to look for more. Look to see if there's any adversaries up there.
There's no adversaries up top. So David, you are finding it hard to read as there is no light unless you've got your light cantrip going.
Oh, well, if I find it hard to read, light!
Is there anything about computers at all?
Oh my
Can't
gosh,
read it.
Tycho, you're a genius! I start looking for books about computers.
I raise an eyebrow.
After a little bit of searching, we'll find a history section.
Ooh, yes. I start looking through the history section.
Alrighty. Through the history section, you see there's a book called The Civil War, How It Happened.
Ooh.
You see
pick
another
that
one. Okay.
I put it in my bag. I'll keep looking for other books relating to wars.
Alrighty.
Or if I see one about computers or technology, I'll grab that too.
You read one that is actually called Narshith, the inventor of current technology.
Alright, I grab that.
Inside the book of Narshith, it tells of a great man named Narshith who came up with the idea for the exact same reason you guys are down here, to meld magic with metal. And how his early days and how he started to get things started.
Guys! I found it! We have to find this person, whoever they were in their research. Narshith. He's the inventor of the technology we're trying to figure out here.
You think his bones are in the ladies' room?
No. Maybe. Well, you never know. Puts the book in his bag.
We wanted to go to a library to learn something about my powers. Do you think they might have a answer here?
Yes, they might. Well, I start looking through this wonderful history section for something related to magic.
You don't find anything in the history section related to his type of magic.
Okay. But just magic in general.
Magic in general, you find a couple of our old Arcana books explaining how magic circles work. Nothing too different from what you've learned up top from magicians.
Alright.
It seemed to stay, pretty much consistent the whole time.
Well, it looks like they had magic here before the whole calamity thing. There's got to be more.
Maybe a different section.
Yes, maybe a different section. I'll start looking in other sections.
Yep. You read a couple more sections that say history. You read one that reads fiction, two that read non-fiction, and one that reads religion.
Well, this one says religion on it. Perhaps this is related to you, Gax? I go to that one.
I'm not actually religious, but I guess it is divine magic, isn't it?
Well, yes, something has to be sponsoring your divine magic. You can't just be worshipping nothing.
What if you are, though?
Then you are an oddity indeed. I was starting looking through the religion section for any, for like a pantheon of gods to figure out what these people worshipped.
You find a book on the Pantheon of Gods. It's actually not that different from yours. There's a couple names that don't match, but the general basis is the same.
All right. Interesting. Well, they have some similar gods, but there are a few names here that I don't recognize. I'm gonna look for more books about these names I don't recognize.
Okay. You pull one book out called The Wanderer, and you pull two out on the Ghastly God.
Well, here we go. We've got the Ghastly God and the Wanderer. He hands these to Gaxt. Here, hold these.
The Wanderer book is fairly large, and the two on the Ghastly God is actually fairly small.
We'll go to the non-fiction area.
You see one called The Wright Brothers.
The
Modern
Wright Brothers.
Masters of Flight.
Masters of Flight. Interesting.
You see a couple of just basic books you'd see in the nonfiction section at your local library.
Fossils of dinosaurs?
Yep.
That's weird.
There is one also labeled Dragons, What Not to Do.
Oh, hey, I've got one. Dragons, what not to do? I open it.
Probably don't turn your back on them so they burn your clothes off.
Step-
You would know that. Chapter 1.
Chapter 1. Do not approach.
It says do not approach. Chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Run for your life.
Chapter 2 says run for your life. Chapter 3.
Tried that.
Chapter 3. Beg and pray for mercy.
Beg and pray for mercy.
We did not try that one.
Maybe we should try it. But it is step 3, so if you failed both first 2 steps, that's when you start begging and praying for mercy. Is there a chapter 4?
Chapter 4. Now you are dead.
Now you are dead. This is about a literal book.
How to deal with the afterlife.
Chapter 5.
Chapter 5 is exactly that. How to deal with
How
the
to deal
afterlife.
with the afterlife. Oh, hey! It just talks about the afterlife in here.
Why isn't that in the religion section?
Gax, if you want this one, you can have it.
Not really. Sounds like a
Alright,
Catholic's
I
book.
throw it on the ground and just keep moving.
You hear a loud
Tigreal
you hear
could
a
probably
nice
use it.
whomp as it lands on the ground.
Tigreal could probably use it.
Was there
For
anything
what?
interesting upstairs? Gax?
More books. I can't read, so...
I'm gonna look for something or anything, like a manual or something for computers. Or technology, specifically.
Nothing on this floor.
Are there any maps that he could have came
Ooh,
across?
Maps?
Actually,
Like an
yes.
atlas or something.
On one of the a small section on one of the bookshelves, there is a geography section. You could go take a look through that if you'd like.
I would, even though I probably couldn't read the places.
Well, Tigreal, you see nice, pretty pictures of of mountainsides and maps you cannot recognize. Weird ones of the elevations, but you don't know that. Circles and stuff over the maps.
I'm gonna start heading upstairs, but I'll pass the geography section as Tyker's looking at it. Well, that looks interesting. This is maps of the old world. If we can figure out the name of this city, this one place here, maybe we can find other things related to this place.
I can't
I'm gonna
read.
Look for one. Well, I know. I start looking through the maps, looking for one for this city or for just like a continent or something.
You get a continent. You get North America for the continent, but that's about it.
All right.
There's nothing to specify it down any further.
Okay. Well, here's a picture of what the old world used to look like.
You
Just
realize
everybody.
it is vastly different from what it looks like now.
Very different from what it looks like now, though. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna go upstairs. I go up the stairs.
After a while of looking at books and getting bored, Raymond just lays down on these clothes and starts taking.
Up here, as you enter, on the plaque right here next to the bookshelf, you see Advanced section, Advanced Magics and Tech.
Oh, baby, this is it. I'm gonna start looking at this section.
You read a book called Grand Sun. You do feel magic. Grand Sun.
Okay. I pick it up and I read the title, Grand Sun. Curious. It's in the advanced technology section, so I'm gonna flip through it a little bit.
You flip through it and it explains how to cast a spell called the Grand Sun.
Huh. Is it something I could possibly copy into my spellbook?
Not as it is, but maybe if you brought it back.
I close it. I put it in my bag.
Yeah, you close it and you add it to your bag.
Alright, I'm gonna keep looking for anything related to computers.
You find nothing really related to computers. You find a couple more related to magics. One labeled Alchemy, the making of computers.
Alchemy.
Closer. You take a closer look, and it is completely foreign to you, even with detect languages.
Oh,
The way the
shit.
words and everything is set up, it is completely foreign.
Oh, this is mad.
You do see a couple of mathematical equations in there that you can make out as math, but
That's
it's
math.
it's a grand thing. It's like if we were to look at some of the major science stuff.
Oh, dang. Well, this seems important. I will close it and put it also in my bag.
All right. You find 4 more books labeled Alchemy: The Making of Computers, volumes 2, 3, and 4, and 5.
Oh my god! I grab all 3. Oh, 4.
You now have Alchemy Creating the Making of Computers, volumes 1 through 5.
Perfect. I'm gonna keep looking.
They weigh about
Little
20
more.
pounds in your backpack, so fair
Oh
warning.
gosh. Good thing I
Now
left
you
that
get to
weed.
feel the pain that the students in this realm felt.
You find nothing more concerning computers. You do find more concerning advanced magic circles.
Ooh, advanced magic circles. Like teleportation circles?
You do find one called Gate.
Gate. I pull that one.
You pull it and you look inside it, and again, it is completely foreign. Just the way it's described, you can pick out a couple words as words you know, but you have no clue how the grammatical structure is set up to work.
What in the world? This is going to take some studying for sure. Gate. Gate sounds cool. I put that in my bag. My bag's getting heavy.
That's another 3-pound book in the bag.
Oh gosh. Alright, I'm gonna come back down. And I assume you guys are all like around a table or something now?
Gex is just leaning against a table, staring at the door.
Raymond's actually asleep right now.
I want the map that has the most pictures of mountains on them.
Alrighty. You get one that has the most pictures of mountains on it. You
Probably
do
just,
not know what it says, though.
probably just a
Yep,
guide
and
to
then-
the world's mountains.
Just looking.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to this table. I'm gonna pull out the 5 volumes. Boom!
5 volumes are now resting on the table.
It's probably enough to wake up.
I put my
wake
hand on
up
top of
Raymond.
them.
Raymond
Yes,
jumps
my
up and
friends.
kicks the table.
This is the 5 volumes on how alchemy, the making of computers. It's how they made the computers.
A little light reading then,
Just a little bit. This might take me a month.
Oh, well, I'm glad you can read it all.
Well, actually, oh, yes, it won't take me long at all. It weighs a lot, though. Can someone else carry it?
I pick up my book and start walking away.
Techreal, your book is a fairly thin book. It weighs maybe a couple ounces.
I can take them.
Great. Next, oh, Wonderful. Here, I push him towards him.
Is there a small, dense book, maybe the size of my hand, or small?
There's a couple books like that. Depends on
I
the
don't-
section you're looking.
I don't care what it is or what section it is. I just want a very small book that's like it's got a good heft to it. You know,
Pick up a book about that size. It's got a fair weight to it.
I
About the
pocket
size.
it.
It's about the size of your hand.
Yep, I pocket it.
Okay, it is pocketed.
Alright, we made a return here. That whole section up there is talking about all sorts of technologies and things above this whole place. So I want to come back for sure.
We should see if we can
So-
study those motor hovers.
Yes.
Is that what they're
that's a good idea.
called?
Something
We
hover bike
better
or something or
run
other.
back up there and see if they have anything on vehicles.
I still like Mirror Bullet better.
Well, let's get to the computer lab before my comprehend languages runs out and you have to wait another 10 minutes.
Okay.
And
Oh,
he tufts up his clothes again.
So I guess we leave the library at this point.
Computer lab. Raymond, what if there's more spiders? Don't run ahead. No, Sherlock!
At the mention of more spiders,
Computers!
at the mention of more spiders, Raymond runs faster and says, "Tech spiders!"
No! Wait! These books are heavy!
As you guys approach what you guys read, well, what David reads as the computer lab, you see the door is completely caved in, and all the computers have been smashed.
I didn't do it.
No. No! The whole smashed to pieces!
Computer room, no! Raymond says, sounding exactly like Shalrock.
What?
He just facepalm.
Said there's no computer room. Well, anymore.
I, this is not ideal.
Can I see if this was modern weaponry or if this has happened a while ago?
Roll an investigation.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
It
Sounds dead.
seems to happen. It seems to have happened quite a while ago, before anyone came down here.
It wasn't
Oh,
the other
you-
team.
No,
Yeah,
it
yes,
was not the other team.
we followed the other team's tracks. They went to the gymnasium, right? Straight that way for some reason.
I don't know. Maybe they teleported over here. How am I supposed to know?
Maybe they
I'm pretty
tricked
sure
us.
none of them were magic. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gotten trapped by those spider things. Yes, this area is of no use to us, obviously, because it's all broken. Oh well, there's more computers in that tower that we came down. I don't know if this place has very much more to offer to us. Maybe another visit to the library again at some point would be worth it.
I agree. Learning about those hover bikes should be nice.
Yes. I mean, you've got the hang of it for a little bit by now, looking like it, maybe?
But what if it gets
sort of.
broken? I'll need to repair it.
We could pull another one up those 500
No,
steps.
please. God, no. Gods.
I'll try to. Okay, Gaxt. I will try to find some sort of spell that I can use to lift things up and just take it upstairs. That would be fantastic.
Gaxt says that I'm not religious.
I don't... You misunderstand me. I still...
Alright,
it's not like I don't believe in the Pantheon, or whatever we call them. I just don't worship any of them.
Well, we do have those two books about the Wanderer and the Ghastly God. We can study those a little bit about when we get back up top. Let's go explore the rest of the city a little bit. What do you say?
Next building.
Yeah, why not? Unless we can go and ditch this upstairs. Then come back down.
You can carry those clothes. It's your penance for raiding the ladies' underwear.
I have men's underwear too, you know, and probably a pair that would fit you.
No.
These are heavy, Raymond. The mixed cats.
You go
I'm
moving
gonna
back.
continue to look for any other signs or anything leading to other unique rooms. If there aren't any, whatever.
You read one that says cafeteria, but from your remembrance of what
Experience.
happened with the last fridge,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll move on.
out of the classrooms you go, back onto the streets.
Which building do we want to go to now? There's one there. Or we could keep
Oh,
going down the
how-
street.
How big is this building?
It's a fairly small building.
Oh, well, let's go that one.
Well, this one looked small, but it's deceptively large.
It goes far
Very
back.
true. It seems like it was underground for some reason.
It goes far back and far up the street to the north.
Oh, okay, okay. We're gonna investigate this small one right over here.
Okay.
How clean is the floor, the road here?
The road here,
Yes.
it's covered in some dust, but down here seems to have its own environment. The wind blows through.
All right. He kind of brushes away the dust and sets down his clothes that he's carrying on the ground.
Careful, the
Okay.
dragons might eat them.
Raymond, I suggest you take those clothes indoors. Because there's wind here. Who knows what could come along and blow it away.
Yeah, he shrugs. That's what it is.
Okay, we're going to go into this building.
You guys enter into it, and you see a small shop.
Shop. Oh.
I guess I'll just move on in.
Well, we will explore this convenience store with great interest.
That's the clothes on the ground.
You see a small section of clothes and hats over in the corner over here, next to the
Good.
windows.
Hat! Raymond's gonna he's gonna look for the weirdest looking hat.
They all
Weirdest in his eyes.
They all look fairly weird in your eyes, as you have not seen hats like these up top. Some of them do crumble to dust in your hands. You could tell they were made out of some straw-like stuff.
Are there any hats that don't fall apart?
There are a couple, yes.
What kind of hats are they?
You see one baseball cap that has a picture of a fish and some weird inkings on it.
He takes that one and puts it on.
Alrighty, it is a bright orange hat.
I take disadvantage on all stealth check.
But you look fashionable doing it.
I'm gonna look around for like the counter.
There's a counter over here on this corner.
Alright. Are there cigarettes in here?
Yeah, actually there are, but you don't know what cigarettes are. You guys only know cigars.
It's true. It's very true.
Tiny cigars.
Let's see. Flipping through the cigars, turning around, looking. I'm just kind of looking around for little bits of like electronic stuff or things like that.
You wouldn't recognize any machine parts even if you did see them. You do see a couple aisles with cans of food and bags of food.
Oh, thank you.
Would you look at this? There's still food here.
No, there's not. Don't eat it.
Well, the cans could probably be okay.
Raymond comes over to the can.
You pick up a can, and the top of the can is about ready to pop off.
That's not a good sign, but I don't know if we know that.
What is that?
Raymond-
Botulism, right? No?
Raymond's gonna be a big stupid and try to open it up with his beak.
The second you peck it, it explodes. Make me a con save. All of you.
Everyone!
Outside.
No!
At least the only one who got affected is the one who deserves it.
David, you smell it and you gag. Gex, you're impartial to it.
Ugh.
And Raymond, the second it explodes, you lose your stomach. You are bent over, violently puking up your guts.
He looks up at Shell Rock Gnomes and says, "Cans of food! Is that what you mean?"
Oh, Raymond! Oh, why'd you open that? Oh,
I peek in.
Cans of food!
You let him know it was all right.
It's,
You are insane!
Well, well, I thought that the cans. You'll be okay, Raymond. You'll be okay.
Raymond, you do have a -1 to con. -1 to con saves for the next about hour.
That's fine. That's
Come here,
fair.
come here, buddy. Come here. Can I use 5 points of my lion hands to cure disease or whatever to cure him of this?
It's not a disease.
Okay. Well,
It's just his bodily reaction to this.
I try to make him feel better by patting him on the back,
It helps.
holding some feathers out of the way of his beak.
Thank you. Gaxed.
I start looking on the other side of the counter this time.
Let's leave that there and let's go out.
He washes himself off of the grossness.
What was that pop noise?
Don't go in there.
Raymond flicks a little bit of grossness onto him. Just a tiny bit. And then he's gonna... Is there any water, like puddles or anything nearby?
No.
Ugh.
You've got your explorer's pack with your water skin.
Yeah, he pours a little bit of his water skin on himself to clean. Starts
This is a
preening
place,
himself.
This is a place of business, right? So I'm going to look for a form of currency.
You can't see any at the current moment. There's a drawer in the counter that
Well, I will try to open that drawer.
you cannot open the drawer. It is locked.
Is there like a keyhole?
It does not have a keyhole, no.
Is there a computer on top of this thing?
There's not a computer, but there is another one of those hand readers.
Hand readers. Ah, crap. Not again. I'll touch it.
You get the same ripple effect around the outlines of your hand, and then it flashes red at you.
Oh, of course. Why would it not be like that? Fine. I guess I can't get any of this currency. Well, I don't know if there's anything else of noteworthiness here. Is there
No,
is there like an electronics section here?
There's a small section that reads miscellaneous on a little sign, but
I'll go to it.
you see just a bunch of random stuff.
Hmm.
Weird long cylinder pieces with that's fuzzy all around it. Some more of the wires that you've seen. Some odd looking tools.
Hmm.
This weird oil called hover oil.
Hover oil?
Yes.
Hmm. I'll grab that.
You grab a thing of hover oil.
I've got hover oil.
Sounds important for hover bikes. Not that
Yes,
there.
that's why I grabbed it. Hover oil. This could be
You have
cool.
about a 1 quart thing of hover oil.
Nice.
Oh, Raymond gets an idea.
What's Raymond's
He's
idea?
gonna go in there and grab some more, like, puffy cans,
Please,
but he's
no.
gonna keep them. These are grenades!
Yes.
Great.
How many can I gather up?
You can only gather as many as you can carry. 3.
Alright, he takes 3 spoiled food grenades.
Give me a
Alright.
dex check. You successfully pick them up without popping them.
He takes his rope and ties a little bit around it to keep him a little sturdy. Just so he can chuck them out and blow up on people.
All right. I decided I'm going to take like 5 packs of those cigarettes.
You take 5 packs of cigarettes.
Perfect. All right. Now I turn around, go back out to the street with the others.
So, Tycriel,
He looks at you.
raiding women's underwear is fine, but raiding a grocery store is apprehensive to you.
You think anything's gonna be good in there?
Well, I found some hover oil.
I look at the mess that's Raymond.
Is this what you mean? He points to his shiny hat. This is fancy.
David, upon the hat, there is a fish upon a line, which reads Fish Pimps Strike Indicators.
Fish
Fish
pimps?
Yep.
Fish pips strike indicators.
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 This is fancy, he says, pointing at it again.
It's still pointing at your messy shirt, though.
That's not.
He shrugs and continues preening his shirt.
All right. Well,
Again,
Gaxed, I throw the can of hover oil at him.
Yeah.
That might be useful for your bike. It's hover oil. Hover bike.
How do I insert it?
We'll figure that out. I don't know yet.
Do I just
But
coat it?
hold on to it. I think it might be useful.
Okay.
Tykerl puts his arm around Gax. Haven't you been with a lady before?
What?
He taps you on the shoulder and then
No!
just continues to walks off.
No, the ladies tend to avoid me. Tigreal.
Ladies love me.
Excuse me.
Twirling.
That's a good line for Raymond to remember.
Gax
Write it
seems
down,
very upset
Raymond.
now.
Write it down.
Aww.
Don't worry, buddy. I haven't either.
Raymond runs over and pats him on the shoulder and tries his best to sound like his own self, saying, "Ladies avoid me." And he pats himself and points to himself too.
He'll pat you on the shoulder as well. We're now in a self-pity session as we enter this building.
Yeah, in that building, it seems to be an actually rather small area, as you guys can see by the map.
I put my arms around these two, joining in their sad mood.
You're the one that caused it, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah!
Doesn't mean I put myself in it as well.
Gax doesn't seem to acknowledge that you're there.
Oh my god. Raymond looks at him and says, "Hey, look at me, Tykerl, the wiggle butts."
He's taunting Tigreal.
Tykerl beams at this.
Raymond shakes his head and makes a booing sound.
Bird, I like you. We're gonna be good friends.
As you guys enter into here, you hear the music picks back up again.
Music.
The same one you were hearing inside the school.
Oh, so the computer sound.
Yeah.
Raymond's gonna look around carefully.
Yeah, I pull out my sword.
I'm gonna sneak away. Or
Can I use my bird senses to locate where the sound is coming from?
Give me a perception check.
Can I also
That's a-
do a perception check?
It's a good way to ask for a perception check.
It's bird senses. It's important.
Tykerl disappears.
Tykerl, you do disappear completely. Almost out of existence. You see yourself disappear a little bit there for a second. You guys, the rest of you realize that the sounds are coming from behind the shop over here.
Oh. Well, I'm going to look around the corner over there
There's no square
through the
there.
alley.
Okay. As you come upon closer to the side, the sounds get louder and louder. And as you come around, you see about 20 more of those skeletons that you found.
Are they walking?
They are currently standing still.
Shh.
Don't go any further.
Back.
while they're doing that, is there a way for me to get on top of a building if it's like 1 or 2 stories? If that's either of the
You can try to hop off of this strange thing over here on top of this building.
I attempt to.
Acrobatics. So you do realize that it is a hover bike. So you don't know if it'll turn on or not if you jump off of it, but you go and try. You successfully make it on top of the building without activating the hover bike.
And then I
Alright. So we're backing away from that site.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
have an arrow knocked and ready.
Raymond holds up one of the food bombs temptedly.
They can't smell.
That would only inhibit us, actually, Raymond. So,
As you back up the music, the sounds get quieter and quieter.
Raymond points at the bomb and then points beyond them.
no. pretty sure that those metal things over there can't smell us.
He rolls his eyes and smacks his forehead.
Oh, Raymond.
Can we get out of this alleyway?
Yes, no, of course.
He writes down, distraction, they don't need to smell it.
Distraction, they don't need to smell it.
He nods.
Alright. That's an idea, but we don't really want to activate all that, do we?
He shrugs and writes, there might be something cool.
Is there something in this building right next to us?
In that building now, it seems to be an empty building.
Is there like a window? Looks out the back. Right here.
There is no window pointing out the back now.
We could try to funnel them through the alleyway if we want to try and take them out.
Well, I assume there's more off the map here.
Yeah, there's 20 in total from what you could count.
20 in total.
So 2 more this way off the right side and another row underneath.
Tech spiders.
What about the building itself? Does this keep going further?
It goes down a little bit further.
All right. Is there another alley on the other side of it?
No, it merges completely with another building.
Okay.
Wall to wall.
So this whole area is kind of cut off.
Yep.
Well, this area is cut off.
Sounds like a perfect
Seems-
place to funnel them.
Yes, but do we have to fight these? Even if they were just standing there. They weren't doing anything.
But what if they activate like the dragons did? And they come after us? I'd prefer to take them out now than later.
Raymond nods and
From smart reasoning.
he points to himself and points in there, and then says, just in case.
In where?
Check. He points. They're not hostile.
Yet?
They aren't hostile. He's
Yet.
correct.
Check.
Oh.
And he points to himself and says, check.
By all means, take Tigreal with you. Tigreal, where'd you go? Wait, shh. Oh. He covers his own mouth.
Raymond gets into position.
Does anything happen?
They called out for you. Did you respond?
I throw a pebble at him.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want him to see you, you can see him.
Yeah, I have a. He should be able to see my red hand from above the building.
You might be better up there, actually. How did you get up there?
Alright. Just be careful. I don't want
Oops.
anything bad to happen.
Alright. Raymond is going to very quietly prowl up to one of them.
As you get closer, again, the sounds get louder.
Are they making any sort of, idle movement? Like, are they even pretending to breathe, or are they just completely stock still?
They are standing completely stock still.
I'm gonna
As
cast
still
Spider
as
Climb
statues.
on myself. I'm going to go up onto the top of this building, just walk up the side, and just come over to the side or on top of it.
Gax, do you see your companion completely just walk up a wall?
Well, I guess if we're all going in.
Raymond is going to poke it very gently.
Nothing happens.
He's gonna push it a little bit.
How hard?
Like opening not like opening a door, just like a thud. Just a little thud.
Again, no reaction.
He's gonna try throwing one of his food bombs at the far end of this.
Give me how far are you throwing it down?
Further than the whole group.
You successfully throw it to the other end, and it hits the other end, explodes. You get the nasty whiff of smell again, but it's not close enough to cause you to vomit again.
Good.
You do gag at smelling it again, though. And nothing else happens.
Told you, Raymond.
kill? He asks.
They're not doing
Dex.
anything.
To the word kill.
Oh no!
Their eyes all flash red as they turn to you.
Can I cast Sacred Weapon and run forward? As they all start turning?
Yeah, if you like.
It is last moments before initiative. Raymond has just enough time to say, "Oh, wiggle butts."
Mr. Paladin, it starts at your turn.
Get back down the tunnel! I'm gonna attack this first one next to Raymond.
19 hits.
19.
Anyway, that's max damage.
That is indeed max damage. And you do hit. You give it a nice slash across the chest. You bloodied it. In one hit, you bloodied it.
Okay,
It's
okay.
happened.
Oh,
I will attack it again.
that makes me
17.
feel better about this.
You rolled a 2, but you got 17.
You do hit it.
I still hit it?
Yeah.
Nice!
Dude, sacred weapon coming in clutch.
You can't miss unless you just can't miss unless you roll a 1.
Yeah, I guess.
The one you were aiming at goes down.
Okay, then I'm gonna go here.
Raymond's gonna kind of look
That's my
over at Gaxed.
We need to get down the alleyway. We can funnel him into both of us.
So
Were
the
they
alleyway is
surprised?
only wide enough for the first round for one person to fit.
Yeah,
That's why I'm not blocking it. Or I'm not trying to block it.
but I don't have a reach.
Like you there, me here.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
That was Gak's plan from the beginning. So he probably
Okay.
explained it a little better
We're
than
gonna
I
switch
probably did.
this.
Sorry.
I figured out the music. It goes on to David.
All right. I'm going to yell, "Stop!"
You yell stop.
I wait for something to happen. If nothing happens, I cast Acid Splash.
Nothing happens.
I cast Acid Splash on just the two closest to each other, like right here.
One of them you melt their foot off. Their like entire lower leg, and the other one seems hardly affected.
That's the end of my turn.
Alright, well, being a little firebrand, first, before going through with the plan, Raven's gonna step over here and smack this one a couple times.
Take a couple smacks.
Let's see, he's gonna do first his whoop-ow!
It still stands.
And then he's going to jump away, and it hasn't acted yet. So he's gonna shimmy all the way back here.
I would be observant in this situation, finding out what's going on here.
You could kind of assume they're resistant to bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wow. Gosh dang.
Maybe
That
not
probably wouldn't
slashing,
be
but
too
bludgeoning.
hard to see, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay. Can I have noticed that at that point?
At this point, you would have realized it after having a hard time with the spiders and this.
Alright, Raymond, as he runs back, puts away his quarterstaff.
And then that goes on to the robot's turn. This one approaches, and then they all just start filing in behind. Gax, you're getting attacked by 3 of them. That one does not hit. That one will hit. You get hit. You don't get hit by again, and then they all take swings with their other arms. You get hit with that one. It misses that one, and that one misses that one. And that ends their turns. As none of the other ones behind those 3 can reach you. And that would put it at Tykreel. With your dark vision, you cannot see... Oh! You can see the edge of your friend.
I will shoot an arrow beyond him, for the mass is silver then.
You shoot your arrow, and you hear it tink off of one of them.
What would it take to get to David's building?
1 dex save and 1 athletics check, as well as your entire movement.
Okay. I would like to make that attention then.
You successfully land on your feet with grace, and athletics check to get up on the building. You do not
Ooh.
get up on that building after landing in such a cool manner. the somersault and everything, you go running forward and smack into the wall.
And then after that, you kind of hopping.
Somersaulted
like,
a little too close.
Clear the entrance of the alley. I can hold my action.
Okay.
Ah! Name drop!
I'll hold my action till after David.
You hold your action. David.
I cast haste on Gax.
So my turn should be after David's now. I'll do 3 attacks on the one directly in front of me. If that last one has to move to another person, I'm going to smite it with it.
You take down the one right in front of you.
Okay. Then hitting this one here, I'm going to use the level 1 smite.
Okay, this one remains standing.
But barely.
It looks pretty hurt.
Then I'll take the opportunity attack from both of them and move down the alleyway.
One, as you start running away, clinks off the back of your armor.
Good spell, Shellrock!
You're welcome.
And it moves to the Kenku's turn.
Alright, now that he's put away his staff, he whips out his hatchet. Alright, will simply... I'll hold my turn till after the...
That one will go there, going there, and move, and they all just start filing down the line. One of them's got an attack. They'll attack the Kenku right in front of them. No hits.
And then I'm going to start whipping at him. with my
Alrighty.
hatchet.
With the first hit, it drops.
Sweet. And then he's going to take a step back.
Have my short sword out and ready in action.
Okay, so is that in Tech Reel's turn?
I will move back here a little bit and do acid splash on these front 2 right here.
They both failed. The one in the front is the one you hit earlier, and it dies. And then the one in the back, nothing happens to it. It gets hit, and you see like a bit of its armor plating starts melting off.
I'm gonna hold my turn until after the automatons.
Alrighty. Well, the automatons... Oh, so you're holding your entire turn?
Yes.
Behind the automatons you go.
It's one
That is-
attack versus 3, so I don't know if it's much of a contest.
That one will move all the way up. That one will move there, there, and they just start filing in.
I'm enjoying the
Okay.
music too much. I'm just sitting here dancing.
Let me change it to this one.
Oh, this one's good too.
Oh, this fits this fight a lot better.
I'll
Pretty
keep that on that then.
Yeah,
Well,
I like
then-
this.
You get to attack first. You hit with your short sword. It dies in front of your feet. And the rest of them can't move up that far, so they're stuck right there.
I'll just like lean over and do a little whirlwind of attack.
Go for it.
Just spinning my sword really fast. Spin! Spin!
Oh! Does a 34 hit? Jeez!
They all hit.
I've never seen an attack roll that high.
Boom!
It dies.
At least not in 5th edition.
Oh yeah, not in 5th edition, yeah. Alright, well, he's just gonna chuck his hatchet at this one.
You hit.
And then he uses his item manipulation to draw his other hatchet.
I'm gonna go and ready my sword again for another skeleton robot thing to come around the corner.
Acid splash these 2 right here.
Start melting armor plating off again. Robo's turns. Forward.
Get
Opportunity
ready.
attacks. It dies.
Give us a chance!
What do you mean give us a chance? I'm doing fine.
No, Raymond doesn't be able to kill anything! You're getting upset about this.
Another one moves forward. 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 They all move forward because you guys picked a really good spot to do this.
Yeah.
Forward. Forward. Up. Up.
That's why
In.
Gax is here is for the tactical planning.
Attack Riddle, assuming you killed the last 2, this one here is going to attack you.
No.
No.
Attacks you twice. One of them hits you. Then you're gonna get attacked by the one behind here as well. One of them hits you again.
Dax is bouncing back and forth between his feet. His shoulders are pumping around to the music as he just attacks this one here.
Thank you.
Swing.
Oh,
Yeah, hits. With those two, you do kill it.
Oh.
all right. That's one attack on the one next to me then.
It does not go down.
Yes.
Mr. Kenku.
He's gonna freaking murder it.
You hit. 13 slashing. It's still standing.
13 in a row on damage, by the way.
I know.
Very interesting. Anyway, here comes another one. BAM!
That kills it.
Yay!
Tarkio's just gonna go and ready in action still.
Am I to assume this is what you guys are gonna do every time?
Yep.
Pretty much.
We'll say you just kill them all.
Sounds good to me.
Things were
Yeah.
working out pretty well for us.
You
Repeat.
successfully wiped out all of the remaining bad guys. So
Great.
Darku Bomb!
Taku Bomb!
Yes. Well,
I face
I was
palm
trying
with
to
that.
figure out a word to shut these things off, but I didn't think of it at the time.
The sound's
From
not
them?
gone?
the sound's not gone now. It seems to be emanating from the bodies themselves.
Wizard, we need to shut this sound off. They might come back.
Well, do you know where it's coming from?
Them.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
He holds up his hands.
Okay, he comes down.
Are you glowing?
He's gonna. Maybe's gonna try like cutting into him with his hatchet, just trying to cut him up.
Give me a dex check.
Are they glowing?
The blue oil is glowing, but it's slowly fading. You're no surgeon. You do not You hack and slash. You don't successfully take it apart. You more of just brutalize it.
Well, that's good enough for me.
The sound does not stop.
From this one in particular.
Interesting.
You said the blood is fading.
The blue glow in the oil is fading.
Raymond's gonna check the blood he has in his little marker. Is it?
Yours is slowly fading. It's not as vibrant as it was before, but it's still got the glow.
He puts the cap on real quick.
And they're all making this noise.
Yep, they're all making the noise in unison.
So odd. So odd. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back in here and see where they were standing. Is there anything else back here?
There is something back there. You see that the grass underneath where they're standing is completely dead, and it's revealed as dirt, as though they have been,
Alright.
as though they have been standing there for generations.
It also smells really bad over there.
I've been standing there a very long time. Interesting.
That's about all you see is that they've been standing there for countless generations. Though the plants never grew on them themselves.
Weird. All right. Seem to these they seem to repulse plants. Quite interesting. I'll keep looking around. Is there anything else in this area, or is it just the grass?
Just the grass, a
Weird.
couple of flowers. You see a swing set. It's as if it was
Oh.
like some sort of little park.
Interesting.
Does anyone have nature magic? Maybe it works the opposite way.
Well, I definitely don't.
No.
Raymond shrugs.
Well, I guess let's tear it apart till it shuts up.
That's an idea.
Move back. Well,
You're just gonna do this for a while, I'm guessing?
I just want to do this to this one in particular to see if I can get it to be quiet.
After about 3 or 4 slashes, it looks like mincemeat it finally shuts up.
Can I figure out where the
Because-
last slash was that made it shut up? Or at least in general area.
The general area from where the slash seemed to stop it came from around the chest, from the chest area around where the heart would be.
They have hearts.
Seeing this, Raymond's gonna go over and start trying to axe into each of their hearts.
Dex. You're not using a okay. That time you successfully axe into the heart, with the armor plating away from where like the wizard had melted it a bit. And
Oh yeah, no, he's not doing this with grace. He's just going.
you reveal what looks to be a human heart covered in metal.
Oh.
If it's not metal itself, it is emitting the sound.
Oh God.
Wait, memorize the sound.
Ah. That's a good thing. Yeah. Raymond memorizes the sound.
The sound might have something to do with mixing metal with flesh.
After about 15 minutes, you successfully memorize it. So you successfully memorize the sound.
Yeah,
Mesmerizing.
And to those who have not been down here, it very well might be.
It is very interesting. It's mesmerizing in real life.
Should we keep one or kill them all?
Kill.
Okay.
I stab one.
Yeah. Gax goes through and starts stabbing them through the chest as well.
Okay.
Does it seem like piercing is better than slashing, or are they both about the same?
It seems they're both about the same.
Bludgeoning, it just sucks.
Oh, he gathers his hatchet back. Obviously.
And after a while, after you finish, the sound stops.
Let's just hope they don't track us.
I mean, I don't think they're getting back up again.
Yeah, they may not be, but their sisters may come back.
From the ladies' room.
Listen,
All right.
sister, mister, let's just go and get out of here.
Yes, let's get out of here. I have these books to study.
Okay.
Raymond gathers his clothes up.
Alrighty. And you guys ascend. You pass, and you then again see the map of the world, of the little city you guys are in.
Yeah, when we're on the roof, I start looking around to see if those dragons are anywhere.
You don't see them.
Ugh.
And then you pass back up to... I need to actually drag you. Pass back up to there.
Awesome. All right, so now we're back. We're back up here.
Where's our
is it-
ride?
What time of day is it?
The time of day, it seems to be almost midnight.
Did we
Oh.
bring any rides other than the one motorcycle?
Nope. You guys walked it.
Great.
All right, hand me the heavies.
Awesome.
Raymond looks at the clothes and looks at you.
Didn't we stay inside the cave during the night so not to give away our position of this?
Yes, let's do that again.
Now?
Well, shouldn't we?
Is it time
Day
to
for the night?
rest?
Then go back
is-
during the day?
It is midnight.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, sleep.
Back
Sleep
down.
we shall.
You sleep till morning. You awaken to the sounds of birds and the chirping of, well, birds and chipmunks.
Oh,
Birds.
man, that is a refreshing sound to wake up to.
All right, well, I got a question. Can everything we brought fit inside of that thing with you back to the city?
I can put it in between my stomach and the seat.
There's not a storage compartment in that thing.
No, there's not. Look at it, it's literally a saddle.
Raymond
Yeah,
just-
yes,
Raymond's
we'll,
hands
we'll,
over
we'll
the
have to
clothes.
carry it ourselves.
At least the books are just gonna go and weigh us down.
I can fit most of the heavy stuff in there with me.
And then at least this way you can take it back discreetly without people seeing.
True. Nobody would know what we had.
Except for a massive bullet mirror.
They've known I've had that forever.
Forever.
Like the past week.
Yeah, but forever.
Tigreal.
Maybe not
Please.
forever, of course, but just recently.
Lead the way.
Raymond gives Tyker like a punch in the ribs.
I look down.
You're being an ass.
No, we're big wiggle butts. And then I give Gax the books.
I'm Tyker, the ass. Sorry, wrong voice. That was supposed to be Tyker's voice.
It's not too much different, just a little more raspy.
Yeah. I'm Tyker, the ass.
I kick dirt at him.
He pulls out one of the spoiled food bombs and gives you a very daring.
No, please don't.
By the end of the day, you guys make it back to the cities. You show the guys at the gates your travel pass.
Oh, I guess we'd go back to the apartment.
Yeah.
Well, how
head back
close
to our
is Raymond's
apartment.
home?
Raymond, the funny thing is, you live in the same apartment complex they do.
Oh,
It's the Adventurers Complex.
Oh, that's why they put us there.
He's one of your guys' neighbors.
Oh, well then let's just go there then.
Yeah, let's go back.
Okay. You guys make it back to your respective flats.
Whew.
Man, do you have
think we'll-
roommates too?
All
Tally our
dirty
loot
and
right
dusty
now.
and carrying your heavy loot. You've been trekking all day.
yeah, he just nods at the roommate question.
I hope they know how to do dishes.
You
I can name at least one of mine that doesn't.
would make a choice comment about them if you knew anything about their personality.
You'd be surprised, but it's not me.
You separate out the loot. You've got a couple books. You've got actually a couple of books and clothes. That's all you guys really took.
And some hover oil.
You got a quart of hover oil, and you've got an ink pen full of blue ooze. That is no longer blue.
Is Raymond here with us, or did we all go to our respective flat?
Well, when we're divvying loot, I imagine he came with us.
Yeah.
I looked at Raymond. So how are we gonna go and get this clothes on the market? And I put all the clothes into a big pile together.
That's an interesting question. Well, that tailor we were at, we could probably find another one. Maybe a place with higher fashion, and we could probably try to sell it to them.
Raymond nods and pulls out a piece of paper.
Are we
Second
selling any
tempo.
of the books, or are we keeping all of those?
No, these books are mine.
Raymond
If we
points
find
to the-
other books, we can sell them. But these books are mine for now. I wish to read them first.
Raymond gestures to the books and then opens up a page and demonstrates that he can perfectly copy the text inside onto the page.
Oh my goodness.
We could sell copies.
He shakes his
Could
head.
indeed.
And then points to the real book, and then real one would probably sell for more.
Oh yes, no, he means the real books would sell for much more, and then we could copy the information down somewhere else.
Thumbs up.
Raymond, you genius.
And then he says,
It's gonna take you hours to copy them down.
that's fair.
So it's not gonna happen tonight.
We've got time. We're not starving for money.
Second, what are we gonna do about these dust rags? Are we gonna wash
Well-
them, or is there a district we can go to?
As far as you know, everyone's in charge of their own laundry.
Do you know a spell for washing, Shellrock?
Oh, let me see.
You seem like the type.
I look through my. Oh yes, prestidigitation. I start cleaning the clothes. Just removing all the dirt and silt.
It takes a little while, and you get them clean.
Oh. This is now an 18 and over campaign. I'm sorry.
Fine. I guess I'll edit it out.
Not safe for work.
Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like down below. If you want to see more, head to our channel and check out some of our other stuff. And until next time, we'll see you around the campfire. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.